就是的，还是那个链接。
Okay. That's done. 有吗？
没有，在上线。
Okay.
哦，
中吉尼斯。
游泳。
Yeah?
嗯。
Okay.
好，可以开始了，向上自我介绍吧。
Hello everyone. Hold on a sec.
大家。
Right, so today's live stream is not about me or Joya Hold because this is actually Deepbrain Chen CEO trying to communicate with the community in a more chatty and dynamic way. So we've got a Chinese KOL in the crypto space with us. He's in our office right now. As you can see, this is on the left or right of my screen. Is a Chinese KOL that's been investing in Deepbrain Chain big time. And today he's in Deepbrain Chain's office to introduce our team and the environment to everyone, and that will lead into a lot of Q&A. Right, so he's at the reception now. Coming into the office. That's just an entrance. We'll play our past videos for our guests.
国大陆包括那个海外，就是 YouTube 上面看到的所有的视频内容都会在这边去展示。然后
So this KOL is live streaming on a platform, a Chinese live stream platform called 易直播, where a lot of Chinese people go watch the live stream. And because he's a KOL, so there's also a lot of his fans watching this live stream as well. And he's just showing you where our developers sleep sometimes when they work overnight in the office.
生脑链就是一个全球其实24小时。
Because as you know, we are a global project, so we have to work 24 hours, 7 days a week sometimes, and it's necessary that we can treat the office as a second home. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay with the live stream coming through my laptop. Might have to refresh it. Oh, there we go. Tiny gym. Now we're coming to the kitchen area because people do sort of live in the office. Now you're looking at our web team. We have a 5-people website team. This is Nigel, our CSO, Chief Strategic Officer. So we have 2 front-end staff for the web team and 1 back-end, and a designer and a product manager. Okay, I'm trying to tone down the volume of the Chinese live stream source so you can hear me clearer. Oh, he's going towards our R&D team. The guy in glasses is Bruce, who's the leader of our research and development team. He's the core blockchain structure developer. So he's saying, my name's Bruce, this is my team. I don't think we should focus too much on the screen in case we reveal any important information. This is Jason. He's a senior blockchain developer. He's actually co-published some academic books on blockchain as well. This is Alan, who's also a senior blockchain developer. He's worked for QQ before. This is Richard. He was a senior researcher at one of Huawei's lab. Here we have Regulus. He's worked for China Mobile and the Central Research Center of China. He has over 13 years of experience in developing. So all these people are the staff from the development team. So the first thing about our R&D team is that everyone has at least 10 years of experience in the space of software development and coding. Okay, Bruce is saying that our blockchain development focus on how to scale the blockchain in order to sustain the volume, the amount of clients and people that will be using the platform. And our dream is to connect all the idle computing resources around the world on this really powerful blockchain that will be able to sustain the amount of users we are envisioning. Right. He's coming to our CMO's office. This is Lee, our CMO. Trust you have seen him before in other videos. He's one of the founders of DeepBrain Chain and also our chief marketing officer. So he's coming to the marketing department. There are 4 of them currently in the team. Korean speaking and English speaking staff. This is Eric, our senior marketing manager. He's worked for Mobike, Uber, and other very famous global enterprises before. This is Trinity. She's responsible for the Vietnamese community. We have Tina, who's responsible for the Russian community, and then Poppy, who's responsible for the Korean community. Okay, she's speaking Korean, which I don't understand, but I think the first sentence is just greetings. So he's saying that it's important for the DeepBrain Chain team to have an international atmosphere in the office and people who speak foreign languages because that's what the market requires. Okay, this is our Chinese business development BD person, Vincent. He also comes from the AI sphere. He was in the tech side before he changed path and started doing BD instead for the AI industry. This is our new operational vice president, Maya. So she's just been on board for 2 weeks, and she's responsible for all the operational matters in the office with DeepBrain Chain and the future directions we'll take. And this is Sean, our PR director. You'll know him already. He's saying that he hopes people continue to support DeepBrain Chain just like before. currently experiencing delay.
这位帅哥是我们的那个。
This is Steve, one of our Chinese writer.
那个这边的一个。
I translate a lot of his articles.
他自己也出了一本书，关于区块链的一本书。这边是。
This is Leo, who also writes a lot of articles. And Leo and Steve are responsible for our weekly newsletter. So same thing, just hoping that everyone continues to support Deep Chain. I'm experiencing delay again, apologies.
也是非常希望大家能够持续的一如既往的支持我们的声浪。
I'm actually sitting in a small office that belongs to someone else and looking out to the entire office and seeing what's happening and where the live stream people have gone to. Okay, delay. So let me try to fix this. Okay, it's not just me. I think the Chinese live stream platform is experiencing some issues. Okay, they've refreshed. I can't see anything, but I know that they've entered our HR's office right now and speaking to our head of human resource, who's very crucial part of Deep Chain because we are recruiting all the time. Okay, why don't I have any picture? Okay, I'm gonna have to refresh. Sorry, just bear with me. Oh, there we go. Okay, she's just saying how she has to maintain the staff because we work really long hours. Usually we get in 9:30 in the morning, and our regular clock off hour is 10 p.m. at night, and we often do not get off on time. So it's long hours and 5 days a week, often the weekends. So it's important that she tries to keep the employees happy and healthy. Okay, now the Chinese KOL is entering the room for a live stream today where we have a few guests from the Chinese AI industry and our CEO, Yonghe, also known as Feng. They'll be answering some interesting questions and also talking about our AI training net. And you'll know that the AI training net is going on live on August 8th. So this is Ari, the only girl in the room. She will be the host of today's Chinese live stream and guiding everyone to answer some questions from the community. Okay, they're just setting up. It's very shaky. I apologize. Oh, there's a phone waving at everyone in Deep Chain's t-shirt. Next to phone in the stripy top, dark blue top with red stripe, is Joe from Big Chain Community, also known as the Nut Blog, which is a blockchain community that aims to provide any operational service for Chinese blockchain projects. So he's very well known in the Chinese blockchain sphere, and he's also one of our investors, big time investors. Okay, so. Okay, I was introducing our guest today. So this is Li Hao from he's a CTO, a chief tech officer from one of the AI companies in Shanghai. So the audio isn't very good. I'm having a difficult time. I didn't get any of that, so I'm really sorry I didn't get any of that. But he's a CTO from an AI company who also works in Shanghai. I'm gonna try headphone, and you let me know if the audio is bad if I put headphones on. This is Wang Jun. He's our Chinese media partner. He's also a big-time deep brain chain investor. He's been investing in blockchain for a long time now, and he's here to tell people about why he's chosen deep brain chain and why he's stayed with deep brain chain all this time through the highs and lows of the price. Now this is Joe from the Nut blog, aka Big Chain Community. He does community operations for Chinese blockchain projects. From community management to working with exchanges and getting coins listed. So he's here from a community and exchange point of view, I think, to discuss deep brain chain with us today. And now we have Feng, our CEO. Okay, so the audio is better. That's how I'm gonna do it from now. So he's saying, hello everyone, I'm glad to be here today. This is quite an important live stream because we've not done a live stream in this form before. We've invited guests to chat about the project. And also, as you know, on August 8th, our AI Training Net is going online. This is an important milestone for Deep Brain Chain as a project. Because when this AI Training Net goes online, it means the token can be used. AI companies will be able to use Deep Brain Chain token to pay for AI training missions and to use computing power. And the cost of these computing power will be very low. The cost will be 1/5 of what AWS will cost. This AI Training Net will help us optimize the final platform and also help AI enterprises accelerate the speed of their products going onto the market. So we'll have other computing resource suppliers idle computing power on the platform, and they will be rented by individuals or companies who need computing power. Using DBC to complete the transaction, this means that DBC token will be a utility token. This is where Deep Brain Chain brings value to the society by using idle computing resources. So today, we'd like to go more in depth to discuss what Deep Brain Chain is doing and how we can help the society. And we'll go into the details of AI Training Net as well. So the first question of today's discussion is,
圆桌讨论期间，各位嘉宾将对社区粉丝关于人工智能与区块链行业的共性问题开展讨论，大家可以畅所欲言。由我代表社区向各位嘉宾。
so Ari will propose a question.
各位嘉宾，你们是如何看待区块链技术所引发的虚拟货币带来的
First question is, how does everyone feel about the various cryptocurrency phenomena brought on by the blockchain technology? Joe thinks that blockchain is a distributed technology. The first use case of blockchain was Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is actually now an investment. And after Bitcoin, thousands of cryptocurrency appeared, and also many exchanges appeared. He feels that this is an upgrade from the era of internet. And just as when internet just came out, now everyone is doing blockchain just because this is the new trend. We'll see many blockchain unicorn companies, and we'll see blockchain projects trying to push out new models to get the attention of traditional companies. Feng believes that we are at blockchain 3.0 version. Bitcoin was the version 1. Version 1 is blockchain technology being used in the financial space. And blockchain 3.0 is when blockchain technology is used in all industries, not just the financial industry. It can be combined with IoT and almost all industries. So I think a lot of different fields will actually be transformed by blockchain technology. The distributed and encryption technology brought on by blockchain and blockchain's token economy model will change the stakeholding structure of all companies. So from any angles, it's changing how businesses work and the production relation. I think it will bring huge change to the economic development of humanity. Sorry, I'm having a delay. Not getting. I'm just gonna refresh. So Feng believes that blockchain will change the relation of production, and artificial intelligence will change how we produce. Oh, we're moving on to Wang Jun now. He's talking about the history of internet. From when we have the telegram when it was invented, when telephone was invented, it was voice and message that was transmitted. And when we entered the internet era, it was code that was transmitted. When we enter the blockchain era, what we're transmitting is value. The transmission of value is done via internet. This is not possible before blockchain existed. I can sell my house, turn them into Bitcoin today, and then from my wallet I can send this Bitcoin to my friend's wallet. The value of this house is transmitted via the network in this way. Such revolution is far beyond the revolution that internet or telephone brought. So blockchain represents a network of value, but we're still at a very early stage. This time last year, ETH, everyone was able to use ETH token to announce a protocol. And right now, we have thousands of cryptocurrencies on the market. Each currency represents a value, but the truthfulness of this value and how valuable is this crypto is debatable, and whether these cryptocurrencies provide actual value to the society has to be questioned. If a coin, a token, brings value to society, then it will live. A lot of the projects don't have actual tech or skill. They just want to exchange value with their token, because apart from being used as an actual utility, the token can be changed into other values. When Bitcoin replaced fiat money, a lot of blockchain projects can put out a nice story and tell you how their token will have value as well. But whether this will be realized or not is a question. So from my point of view, what I'm trying to do is to find projects like Deep Brain Chain who are doing the actual work, who are really changing something from centralized into decentralized and really creating a token that will have value for the society in the future and create new value for the society. This is the kind of project we're looking for. From the point of technology revolution, blockchain will bring change. Looking at traditional industries, what we're trying to look at is if we connect data via blockchain, will it bring new value? This is what we're trying to explore. Okay, going to the second question. So a lot of cryptos, a lot of coins are going below their ICO price at the moment. Do you think this will become a norm in the future? Whether this will become a norm depends on the project. If this project is doing real work, then their value will come out of the surface slowly, albeit. But if the team is not doing any real work, everything they've written in their white paper is just bluff. They haven't achieved what they said they would achieve. according to the roadmap,
及时的把这个项目的一些实际情况给披露出来。
then the community will realize and will expose such project.
代表的是一个社区化的精神。
Because blockchain represents a community-nized spirit. It's open and free. It represents a community.
公开和透明的。
Everything is transparent, should be transparent.
其实现在市场上有大量的，比如说
As time goes by,
有大量的行业的媒体都在监督和
a lot of blockchain media is monitoring
随着时间的推移，一定会
unreliable blockchain projects. So I believe
大量的这个不靠谱项目，
that a lot of these unreliable, untruthful projects,
有大量
their coins will go below the price of their ICOs.
水退去之后，我们才能看到哪些。
But after the storm,
当他们
we'll see who are the real blockchain projects.
我们所看到的真正一个比较美好的一个未来，就是当这些非常
And then, by then, we might start to see a better time for blockchain.
可能这个随着时间推移也不会太久远。谢谢。
非常感谢王总对这个问题的解答。
Okay, thank you for the answer.
很高兴能加入像深岛链这样一个务实
Me myself is also very happy to be part of
的一个
a real blockchain project team like Deepbrain Chain.
一步步走到现在，即将开始商业落地。那么第三个
It's been a tough journey, but we're finally approaching the step of commercialization.
大家可以自由讨论一下。
So the third topic is that the combination of blockchain and AI is still rather new. What do we think about it?
比较全面的技术的。其实这类问题其实我回答很多的，就是
Both blockchain and artificial intelligence is rather cutting-edge technology. A lot of media has asked me this question before
结合了两个很全面的
because Deepbrain Chain combines two cutting-edge technology.
两个结合在一起，那其实
We're at an early age for both technology.
很多人说95%以上的项目都不靠谱，然后人工智能技术呢，因为技术特别难，然后有很多的项目呢，就是说有新人。
A lot of people don't even believe in blockchain technology, and a lot of people think that AI is simply too difficult. It will never happen.
基础设施啊，咱可以看啊，就是在全球，
What we're trying to do is making blockchain a basic infrastructure of AI.
英伟达，对，英伟达的话，它在这个
For example, NVIDIA is worth a lot of money in the AI industry right now.
它是从这个不到100亿美金，然后一直在这几年上升到1500亿美金这样的一个市值呢。那它是做什么？它是给所有的人工智
And
能
what do they do?
传递。
NVIDIA provides the most basic component for artificial intelligence, which is computational power.
还处于早期，在
Even though the AI industry is still at the early stage of its infancy, it still has a huge demand of computational power.
互联网的话，它的发展的极限在于什么？在于说这个
I believe AI will exceed
使用移动互联网。那这个时间
mobile internet.
基本上已经快趋于饱和了。哎，所以说移动互联网也就是从09年到现在这个18年，基本上也就在不到10年间，基本上已经饱和了呢。但是
Because
不一样，
the mobile internet industry is already
对，提升一个
has already reached its
它
cap,
的智能性每向人靠近
met its market cap.
它就可以把人类社会中现在很多的行业给取代掉的。那现在
But for AI, if it makes one small step, one small progress, it might replace the entire industry in the human society.
就是说人工智能达到人的智能性的90%，甚至95%。但在这未来30年的过程中，每提升一个百分点，其实就会取代一个行业的，
Sorry.
甚至会取代很多行业。那这些
I believe each small percentage of progress that AI industry make will be a big change to the society.
现在仅仅只有取代人类行业5%的这样的一个情况下，已经是在
At the moment, AI has replaced 5% of our workforce in the world,
所以说它比比特币的
and it's already brought enormous
这个
economic growth
而且大家也知道，
and income for some people.
什么算力平台超算啊，那
That's why we're in a race of computational power. And what do I mean by that? We need supercomputers.
原来是有
There's a supercomputer race going on in the world between different countries.
年间的 到这种在人工智能领域的这种计算能力，因为这方面的需求实在是太旺盛了呢。所以说，这是
I believe all the supercomputers will be working primarily for AI very soon. This is also why we've seen that Bitmain go from making mining machines to making AI chips, because they realized they could use the computational power from the miners to do AI training. In the hope of replacing NVIDIA in the market. This all represents the rapid development of the AI industry in our society. This is why we're talking about using blockchain to provide a basic infrastructure for AI. These AI chips, their speed will accelerate each year to meet the demand. But you have to understand that for an AI chip, under normal use, they might only be used, say, 30%, the rest of 70% is not used. So its value is not completely released. Thank you for the answer. So it's evident that computational power is important for the AI industry. So computational power, data, and model are three important elements for AI. We've also heard the CEO of Bitmain said that computing power is power. What do you think of such comment? Is computing power the power to have? First of all, there was a tech issue. I had to start again. So in the traditional society, who has fossil oil, who will own the power in their hands? And in a future society, if everything is powered by artificial intelligence and artificial intelligence costs computing power, then it is possible to use this logic and say that whoever holds computing power in their hands will have a certain power. All the technology at the earliest of times are applied in a military scene. And all these driverless cars and tanks and automatic weapons are using this technology. So if we use this analogy, you might be able to imagine what it means when the CEO of Bitmain said that computing power is power.
第一个环节的圆桌讨论会议就在这里告一段落。现在我们
So that's the first part of our Q&A regarding artificial intelligence and blockchain.
快链驱动的分布式人工智能计算机
Entering the second part of our Q&A,
可靠和安全的数据，而且能够为 AI 企业节省高达70%的算力成本。
as the blockchain-powered artificial intelligence computing platform,
正式网将会面向所有
on the 8th of August 2018,
AI 训练网络
DeepBrain's AI training net will go online.
功能，它是为算力提供方。
This is one of the core functions of DeepBrain's platform.
需求方
It's a platform that do matchmaking work for computing power supplier and requester.
来获取 GPU 算力。
They can use DeepBrain token
AI 训练网络
to conduct transactions of buying and selling computational power.
对 AI 算力时代即将被终结。那么各位
And the life of
电脑链正式网
DeepBrain's AI training net means that this is the first step of the project being commercialized and the token will be used.
我这边精心准备了几个问题啊。第一个就是说，
I have a few questions for this training net. First of all, can you explain what exactly is the AI training net?
就是确实这个社区也比较关注的，就是
I understand that the community has the same question.
什么样
What is the AI training net? Is it different from the main net?
一个人工智能
To put it simply,
就是他拿到这个就是训练网络，他就可以把他的这个
once an AI enterprise go on this training net,
在你的面前摆了一台电脑，那这台电脑你可以想象它是一个性能很强的电脑，对。那在 AI 训练网络里面，你是一个人工智能企业，你对这个机器你可以去把你的数据、把你的算法你接上去，然后
they can provide their data and their model onto this training net and use the machine on the training net to conduct AI training. You need to pay DBC to have the right to use of this machine on the training net.
整个的价格也比较便宜的。那在 AI 训练网络
The cost will be lower than yourself buying a machine to conduct the training.
的人，他可以赚的这个 token，然后使用机器的人，
And for the machine provider, they will earn DBC token as an income.
那肯定他需要到市场去买。当然，他买的方法有很多种，比如说
So how do these AI enterprises acquire DBC token in the first place, being able to use AI training net? Well, they can buy from the market. They can also buy through DeepBrain Chain Foundation.
不能说能够满足所有的这个市场的需求的。所以说，我们当我们把 token 卖给这些人工智能企业的时候，我们可能也在市场上去买回了一些 token， 这样的话呢，形成一个流动的。所以说，智能链的这个
But our tokens are limited.
可以说是
So if we sell some token to these AI enterprises from the foundation, we'll have to buy some token back from the market to maintain the flow, a balance of flow of tokens.
社区里面，如果从事人工智能的，就是朋友们，
We welcome anyone from our community who works in the AI field to join the AI training net
对什么样的一个帮助呢？
and see exactly how it can help with your product development.
还有一个问题我们比较关心啊。
Another question is,
每一个节点我都特别的这个在意，因为我是这个持仓大户啊，在
I pay a lot of attention to your time frame
正式网这个上
because I am a big investor of the project. So after the AI training net goes online on August 8th, what's the next step? What are you doing next?
几个角度吧，第一个就是
From a few angles. First of all,
训练网络上线，就是因为
once AI training net goes online,
那落地，那我们
that means
方面做出了决断。第一个的话就是我们
the project has been realized to a certain extent.
基因的，那这样的话其实
So we'll establish an AI ecosystem foundation so we can invest
它不是政府机构，
in some AI projects.
是人工智能领域的一些基金的，然后这
This foundation is for investing in AI companies.
个企业，因为很简单，对，因为他们去 去投资这些企业的话，他们会看这些人工智能企业会去用了多少算力呢？因为
When we decide who to invest, we'll consider how much computational power this AI company
那
needs.
很简单，那就是未来你是不是买的市场链的 token 越多嘛？如果你买的市场链的 token 越多，那就意味着你用的
Because that means
你说你
how much DBC token they will buy.
那投资有肯定怀疑你说，那你不需要算力，那你是一家人工智能企业嘛，是吧？那所以这第一个就是说是在市场链的整个产业布局里面，第一个就是这个人工智能产业基金的。那第二个的话就是说这个我们的
Secondly, after our AI training goes online,
这整个生产链的这个就是不论是市场生产还是说我们的整个的就是媒体的活动呢，我们会更加倾向于会和在人工智能行业里面会去做的。那这个可能也是我们生产链
for our PR and media exposure, we'll
行业的一个
try and emphasize it in the AI industry, AI space to advertise for our project.
使用，那这是在生产链的
So more AI companies can know about Deep Brain Chain and come and use our AI training net. This is important for us. The amount of users we have will determine how successful the platform is.
这其实是对整个生产链团队的一个新的一个考核指标吧。那第三个的话就是说，
Thirdly,
生产链所有的算力嘛，就是来源于两个地方的，一个地方就是来源于这个闲置的算力。
the computing power on Deep Brain Chain's platform comes from two sources. First, idle computational resources.
应该说是专门的。
Secondly, Deep Brain Chain's own AI mining machine.
给生产链贡献算力，让也能够真的代币嘛。所以我们在就是接下来的这个矿机的种授这一块上，我们也会有一些。
So we'll have a second round AI mining machine crowd fund.
就是在第一期上班的时候，因为这个名额的限制嘛，只能说是。
Because we had a limited amount of machines in the first round of AIM machine selling. So in the second round, we'll open it up to more people in the Wallet ranking.
会专注于在做一些大的矿机，比如说128的矿机，甚至80。
But we only focus on big mining machines such as machines with 128 GPU or 8 GPU because we do notice that they sell better. And for the 128 GPU machines, we will sell them in the way of crowd fund.
但是说我们可以采用这种种树的模式呢，这样的
So
话可以更多的参与进来。
more community members can participate and get their hands on a GPU mining
这
machine.
个的话就是说，
From the fourth angle,
加就是生产链的就是AI 训练网络上线，也就是说真正落地，那我们会更多的
once AI training net is online,
全球的一些知名的交易所啊，因为很多的一些大的交易所，他们
we'll approach more famous
中国的一些
global
交易所的
crypto exchange
就是这种区块链项目本身的审核没有那么严格的，
because they are stricter with the validation of a coin and they want to see the project being a real project, and having our AI main training net working
大概就
and online is an important step for us to approach these stricter exchanges.
太专业、太学术了。
I feel that these answers are a bit too professional. I represent just the regular investors from the community, so I want to know all the coins I have, all the DBCs I have on my hand. But because Bitcoin is doing really well and the price is rising, so most of the funds are going towards Bitcoin in the market. According to your white paper, I understand that you are supposed to unlock 250 million tokens by the end of July. Are you unlocking them? That's the question the community and the regular investor wants to know. So is Deep Brain Chain unlocking 250 million token? I understand this is an important issue. Back in January, we did issue an announcement saying that we were going to keep on locking up the tokens we were supposed to unlock in February because the market wasn't very good.
但是
So now it comes time again when we are supposed to unlock the token. But after considering feedback from the community and the situation with the market, we decide to only kind of unlock 150 million. But it's not the regular unlock that you might understand, because these tokens are targeting AI companies and individuals affiliated with AI industry only. There will be some discounts, but there will also be very strict KYC verifications to make sure that you are affiliated with the AI industry or you are an AI enterprise. Then you will be eligible to buy these 150 million DBC token. And you will have to use this token on the AI training net for renting computational power. So these tokens will not go into the market. So it is not the traditional unlock as the community understands.
这是第一个，就是1.5亿的解锁呢。那当然，对人工智能企业来说呢，他买了之后，他也不可能就是马上就能够把这个币在市场去。
When these AI affiliated individuals or enterprises acquire the DBC token, they will not be allowed to sell these tokens straight away to the market. There is a compulsory lockup period for their tokens, minimum of 3 months. They can only release their tokens into the market 3 months late after they bought it. Such information will be released after this live stream in a form of email and also on our official website. So for the rest of the 100 DBC token and the other 100 DBC token meant for a foundation, we will continue to lock them up. My question is, for an AI company like me who has a computational need, when can we use these computational power? The sales of these 150 million token will start on the 8th of August. You can start KYC now and start buying on the 8th when AI Training Net goes online. So how do I buy these tokens? First, you have to log into our official website. It means you have to register with the website. You have to supply some identification document. We'll verify your personal information and notify you. So you can buy tokens on 8th of August and onwards. Are there any requirements on who can buy these tokens? At the moment, we've defined only AI industry staff can buy these tokens, because this is meant for the AI industry to use to rent computational power on DeepBrain Chain's platform. So you have to be a developer in AI, or maybe working in the marketing of AI. After KYC, when we have verified who you are and that you are indeed affiliated with AI, then you'll be able to purchase the DBC token. My question comes from the community. I'll be direct. If we speak about the cloud computing business, like AliCloud, AWS, Baidu Cloud, what's the difference between DeepBrain Chain and these cloud business models? That's a good question. AWS, Amazon, AliCloud, Baidu Cloud, they all started with CPU cloud. And they have grown considerably since. But they have also seen that the AI field has gone from CPU to GPU.
如果你到这个阿里云的官网上去，
But if you're an AI company and you have the experience of using these cloud services,
如果你自己
you'd be surprised because the cost is simply too expensive. If you have done careful calculations, you realize instead of renting their cloud services,
我买东西的成本，
you would be better off purchasing your own machines.
那我相信对绝大部分企业来说，他们都是就会选择自己买机器。实际上
And if that's the case, who wouldn't buy their own machines? And in fact, that is the case right now. Most AI companies are purchasing their own machines instead of renting from these cloud services.
非常贵的，这是第一个。那第二个话就是因为你要
And the cost of buying your own machine is very expensive.
才能够去给更多的企业去用的，一次性的投入成本特别大。
For these cloud services, you have to buy a large amount of machines to provide such cloud services
成本啊
at once, and that's also a very high cost.
，AWS 的1/5，然后
At the moment, DeepBrain's cost is only 1/5 of AWS and 1/4 of Ali Cloud.
我如果买一个机器
That's the difference between our costs.
3年和使用4年的话，我才是吧和我自己买机器是一样的成本，那我可能就不会选择自己买机器。
So if you realize that using DeepBrain's platform takes around 4 years or 5 years for you to come up to a price that you have to spend using Ali Cloud or AWS services, of course you come to DeepBrain Chain instead.
是生产链采用的策略是应该是农村贸易城市的策略，就是说我们是在早期有和很多中小型的拥有算力的厂商进行合作的，那不排除未来当
Also, DeepBrain Chain is
身上
leveraging small and medium-sized companies' resources
也会未来
to fulfill big corporations' need.
都可以去畅想。
It's a consolidation of resources.
就是等于是我们是前期通过一个区块链的技术去改变了这个生产关系，把
So you're saying that through blockchain technology, you can change the production relations, lowering cost to acquire the same amount of computational power.
我想问，现在对于我目前手上一些用户有一些比较大的一些
So I want to know, who are your users right now?
这样就是说，接下来的话，大家可以看我们接下来的这个市场宣传的一些这个就是PR 文章呢，我们会陆续。
If the community stay tuned with our PR articles, we'll be revealing who are users, who's being on the DeepBrain Chain platform.
接下来的这个就是2周
So please stay tuned. In the next 2 to 3 weeks,
合作方案都会出来的。
we'll release more partners and users.
从各位的提问中，我们也可以真切的感受到各位嘉宾对我们视脑链的关注和期待，同时也非常感谢何总的精彩回答。相信各位社区的粉丝对我们8月8号正式上线的 AI 训练网络知识网又加深了新的认识。那么，相信正在屏幕前观看直播的
Okay, we're entering the third round of Q&As. So we're going to answer some questions from the community.
他们比较关注的问题，在这里我将作为社区代表，请何总为大家做出解答。首先是他们提出了 DBC 锁仓的时间太久，而现在市场总体行情并不是非常的良好，
First question is,
比较低，溢价没有
DeepBrain Chain has been locking up tokens for far too long, and the exchange volume is very low on the market.
问题，非常感谢何总解答。
What is DeepBrain Chain going to do
这个问题呢，
to alter that situation?
这个其实是一个很好回答的问题啊。
It's not an easy question to answer.
因为我知道吧，就是说咱们的话就是在一会儿的话，我希望能够看到，就是说有没有就是这个能够就是在现场呢，大家能够比较就是说问的比较多的问题呢，我觉得第一条选出来的，对，然后刚才这个问题的话，就是说因为我觉得这个就是对于
这个问题要翻成中文拿给何总他们。
应该从2个维度去看的。如果是从一个纯粹投机的角度来看这个问题的话，确实是比较难受的，说实话。因为
So for this question, if you're coming from a short-term investor's point of view, of course this is hard because you want quick return or shorter period of investment.
这是个决策心理煎熬的。我觉得正确的做法就是说是逢低熬，是抄
But I believe that the correct method of investment in the blockchain sphere is to stock up, is long-term investment and not short-term investment.
无论别人怎么说，你别投它。只有说你去理解它，然后你懂它的逻辑的，然后你
Do not believe
那
all the media reports you see. Rather, try to understand the project yourself. Only when you've understood what the project is trying to achieve yourself can you make a decision.
对于生老店基金会来说的话，包括
For Deepin Chains Foundation,
看到就是说大家真正能够去理解生老店，
what we like to see is for our investors to actually understand the project,
给这个行业创造什么价值，同时
to see the value that we will bring in the future to the society,
也是最重要的。
and to understand what we're trying to achieve. This is more important than seeing a sudden hike in our coin price.
天天看比价的波动的，那没有心思做技术了。如果没有心思做技术的话，
If we look at the price every day, we wouldn't have to move to focus on our development of the platform. And if we cannot focus on the development of our technology, the blockchain, and the platform, we wouldn't be able to answer to the community either. So it's important for us to keep a separate mind from the change of price.
那么现在交易所也不断的推陈出新，出了一些比较新型的模式。
The second question is, we're seeing a surge of different kind of exchanges who charge no fee for listing. What are your thoughts on that?
在就是和一些比较就是频度比较大的交易所，
We're trying to communicate with a few big exchanges globally at the moment.
也是一个人为的事件呢。对于
Our AI training net goes online is a positive in our communication with these exchanges.
早期的区块链项目一样，就是说会把
Like many early blockchain projects,
去上这个交易所，因为我们其实也做了一些数据分析的，很多的一些
we're not going to spend big bucks to try and get listed because we have done the research and the data analysis. We calculate the numbers. A lot of projects might see a small surge in their price the moment they get listed, but that's not a help long term because then the price will come down again.
一个好的回馈。
And in general, just because you get listed on a huge exchange doesn't mean your price will stay up.
下个问题是，刚才何总在回答中提出
Next question.
那么生脑链在这半年多的发展内，我们能看到生脑链在全世界各地各国，它都进行了不断的市场推广和运营。那么
We can see that
对于后半年社区
Deepin Chain tries to push
和社区
a global market. So, can you tell us a little about Deepin Chain's future plan on marketing and operation?
区块链项目运营
Since we have Joe from Big Chain Community
脑链后续
today, who's very professional with community development and blockchain project operations.
大社区的，然后第一社区就是投资者社区的。
Our community can be divided into 4 different blocks. First is the investors community.
AR 的用户社区的
Then it's the AI user community.
AR 训练网络的上线，那用户社区也是生脑链集团呢非常重视的一块的，因为用户社区它会真正的去用 token，然后并且用户社区的人很多人，然后也不排除它会持有更多的这个DBC 的。第三个社区是矿工社区的，
Third community is our miners community. They have already bought the first batch of our mining machines.
出卖出去了，对吧？然后的话，这样的话就是有更多的生脑链的矿工会加入进来，然后他们会提供更多的机器人，包括
With the second batch of AIM selling, we'll have more members in this miner community.
很多的一些
This is also important and very helpful with our AI training net going live and the final platform because it's crucial to having enough computational power on the platform. I'm just going to refresh. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not getting anything.
社区呢，这4个社区其实都是探索，就是如何去能够激发社区的力量呢？能够区块链项目嘛，都是一个以社区为核心的这样的一个。
All blockchain projects have the core of community and is decentralized. How do we better incentivize our community and leverage our community is something we're working on. Actually, BigChain community has been working with DeepBrainChain for a while now. Seeing that the DeepBrainChain team works so hard is an encouragement for my team as well. But first, we have to raise the tolerance level of our community, and also for the velocity of the crypto market, and then also combine our two communities from BigChain community and DeepBrainChain, so they can share resources, knowledge, and because they share the same value, they should be very compatible. And also emotional wise, they could be emotional support for both communities. And I think this is also why we're doing this chat and live stream today, is because it feels more intimate and friendly and more real. Okay, Feng's getting a new question coming in from the community on his mobile, I think. So Feng's going to answer some questions from the English community. So the important how to become a masternode on DeepBrainChain. Our consensus mechanism is AI-based proof of contribution. At the appropriate time, we will have consensus nodes election. Half of the consensus nodes will be elected, and half of them will be elected via calculation via machines. We cannot predict the result of the other half of consensus nodes because we are going to use thousands of machines to calculate and elect these consensus nodes. But there will also be community electable consensus nodes. First, these nodes will have to have higher computational power, at least 8 GPU or higher is the basic requirement. And we would like for the consensus nodes to come from the AI field more. Rather, I think when I said consensus nodes, I meant master nodes. So the master nodes will be half elected by the community and half calculated via machines, and they will have to have higher computational power, at least 8 GPU or higher. Going to the second question, when does DBC move away from NEO as its own token on its own chain? So DeepBrainChain token is a little like EOS. After we have our own chain, we will transfer onto our own chain, move away from NEO's blockchain, and the process will be similar to creating a new token. The live stream is coming to an end right now. So just some final words from Foam.
第一个嘛，就是因为时间有限嘛，就是可能就是
Because the time is limited.
回答的。那就是接下来我们的整个生产团队也会进一步搜集大家的问题呢，会在这个我们直播过后呢，我们会把这些问题都会进一步的这个
We have compiled a file of Q&As. We'll release them to our communities after the live stream has ended. And I have to thank my guests today for taking the time to speak with us. I also have to thank my guests for continuing to support us through the highs and lows. We welcome other members from the community to join us, to collaborate more in depth, join our live streams, and provide valuable insights into how we can improve. This live stream will be the first of a new series. This time we're in Shanghai. Next time we might be in Silicon Valley. In an attempt to increase the interaction between Deepbrain Chain and our community. We'll be having more of these live streams in the future. Also, I want to thank the community members who have supported us from the moment the idea was born. And I believe that having the AI training net goes live is an important milestone and a way to prove to our community that we are here to do the real work and stay for a long time. I believe that if the community gives us more time, we will show you what we're capable of. So, in the future, we'll be having more of these live streams and possibly with the head of our R&D team as well, and also other important leaders in Deepbrain Chain's project. After the live stream, we'll put out important announcements regarding the life of AI Training Net and exactly how the 150 million tokens are unlocked in the way that's not equivalent to the traditional sense of unlock, and also questions and answers on how and who can purchase these tokens, and also other questions mentioned during the live stream will be written down in details and released to our community. Also, we're holding our second meetup in Korea, and it's different from the first meetup because this is a tech-heavy meetup focusing on the technology side of things with Deepbrain Chain. Our head of R&D, Bruce, will be at the Korea meetup on the 27th of July, which is this Friday. The live stream will be the meetup will be live streamed, but it will only be in Chinese and Korean language, and information mentioned in the meetup this Friday will be released in English later as well. Okay, that's it for today, and I hope that some of the information was helpful and useful for the audience, and apologies for the glitches throughout the last hour. and for the occasional mistakes in my interpreting due to technical issues and difficulty with hearing. And I'll see you next time. Bye.